We're looking at lesson 4, module 2, topic B, lesson 4. All right, and then our objective says that we're going to convert numerical expressions into unit form as a mental strategy for multi-digit multiplication. So let's take a look here. Number 1 says, circle each expression that is not equivalent to the expression in bold. So we're looking for the ones that are not equivalent. So make sure that you, usually they ask you to find the correct answer. Now they're asking us to find the answers that are incorrect. So let's take a look here at number 1A. So number 1A, we have 37 times 19. Well, we know that 37 19s is equivalent, so we're not going to circle this one. This is correct, so I'm just going to put a check mark underneath there. That is equivalent to 37 19s. Now, let's take a look here. We see that we have 37 19s, and here we have 30 times 19 minus 7 times 29. So we know that that is not equivalent. We know that that is not equivalent to 37 19s. For one example, we could just point right to that tens place. We know that we are going to be, that's not going to be 19 sets of 7. And in this case, and we had our plus, we would need to have an addition instead of that subtraction sign for it to be equivalent. All right, so how about 37 times, open parentheses, 20 minus 1. We know that 20 minus 1 is 19. 19 times 37 is exactly what we're looking for, so this checks out. We're not going to circle that. Now we have, open parentheses, 40 minus 2. Well, we know 40 minus 2 is going to be 38, not 37. And this would be equivalent to 38 times 19, which is not equivalent to what we're looking for. So that will be circled as well. All right, looking at B. Well, we know that 26 times 35 is equal to 35 26s. So this checks out. We're not going to circle it. Now, pay attention. You notice our addition signs are inside our parentheses and our multiplication sign is between the sets of parentheses. That's the exact opposite of what we want, right? So we want to have our multiplication signs inside the parentheses and our addition sign, in this case, on the outside. So this is going to be circled. This is not correct. And this is what I'm talking about here. I know that if I had 26 groups of 30, and then I added it to 26 groups of 5, I would have a total of 26 groups of 35, which is the same as our bold expression. So that checks out. Last but not least, 60 plus 20, or 2 tens plus 6 tens is 8 tens. And I know that 35 times 80 is not equivalent or equal to 26 times 35. All right, last one. C, we know that 8 tens plus 9 is 89, and that's equivalent to 34 times 89. Here, same thing. We have, red flag went up. This 8 is 8 tens in our original expression, but here we have it as 8 ones. So we know that this is going to be a red flag. That's not equivalent, so be careful. We know that 90 minus 1 is 89, and this is equivalent to 34 times 89, and 89 34s is also equivalent. So the only ones that are going to be circled for C is the second one here. All right, let's go ahead and push forward. Looking at number 2, it says solve using mental math, draw a tape diagram, and fill in the blanks to show your thinking. The first one is partially done for us. So if you look here, it has 19 times 50 equals blank 50s. So we know that it's going to be 19. So once again, I'm not going to sit here and draw 19 50s. And our thinking, it shows us that 19 50s is equal to 20 50s minus 1. That's why we have this 1 crossed out. So 20 50s minus 1 50 is 20 times 50 minus 1 times 50. Now I can use my facts. I know that 2 times 5 is 10. Remember, 5 times an even number, it comes with its own 0. And then I say, well, 2 more zeros. 20 50s is 1,000. So 20 50s is 1,000 minus 150, which is 50. And you can do the regrouping if you need to. I know that it's going to be 950, but we can show you how that came about when I'm doing my subtraction. 0 minus 0 is 0. Now I have 0 tens minus 5 tens I can't do, so I'm going to regroup all the way from my thousands in this case. So my 1,000, I'm going to have 0 thousands. Now I have 10 hundreds, but I need to regroup one of my hundreds. So now I need to take 100. I'm left with 9 hundreds. My tens, or 0, 100 regroups as 10 tens. Now I have 10 tens minus 5 tens is 5 tens, and 9 hundreds minus 0 hundreds is 9 hundreds. We have 950 for our answer there. Looking at B, I have 11 times 26 is equal to blank 26. So I know that it's going to be 11. My tape diagram. In this case, it says think blank 26s plus 126, plus blank 26 is going to be 10 26s plus 1 26. So I know that 11 26s, in this case my unit is 26s, or 26. So I know that I'm just going to draw 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 26. So that's going to be 10, and that would be 11. So here's my 10 26s plus one more 26. All right. So this is my 10 26s right here, and this is my 1 26 right here. All right. So I have 10 plus 1 is my 11. So I know that's going to be equal to, excuse me, 10 times 26 plus 1 times 26. Well, you know that in this case, 1, I'm taking my basic facts. 1 times 26 is 26. And then I have 26 times 10 is going to be 260. And of course, plus 1 times 26, which is equal to 26. Now I have to do my math here. I'm just going to write this out. 260 plus 26. 6 plus 0. 6 tens plus 2 tens, and 200 plus 0 100. 286. All right, let's look at number 3 here. Excuse me, 2C. 2C. Now we change it up. We have 49 12s is equal to 49 12s. 49 times 12 is equal to 49 12s. So we're not going to sit here and draw 49 12s. First of all, it wouldn't fit. So we're going to use our ellipses here and say, well, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. And let's take a look. I know that 49 is equal to 50 12s minus 1 12. So I'm going to put 49 and 50. Oops. Go ahead and we'll clear that out. My numbers should be in there, not my, my 12 should be in there, not my numbers. So let's erase that. My apologies. So it should be 12, 12, 12, and it'll be 1, 2, 3. This would be 49. This would be 50. And I have 50 minus 1 is my 49. So 50 times 12 is a lot harder to solve 49 times 12 than 50 times 12. I can just take my basic facts and say, well, 5 tens, or 5, it's in the tens place, times 12 is 60. Remember, 60 came with its own 0. And I say, well, 60 times 10 is 600. And then I have 1 times 12 is, of course, 12. So now I have 600 minus 12. regroup. We have to regroup here. 0 minus 2 can't do, so I need to regroup. No 10s to regroup from, so I'm going to have to take one of my hundreds, left with 5 hundreds. My 10 tens, that 100 regroup is 10 tens. Cross that out. Now I have 9 tens. I have to take 1 10 to get my 10 ones. Now 10 ones minus 2 ones is 8 ones. 9 tens minus 1 10 is 8 tens. And 500 minus 0 100 is 500. Alright, so 600 minus 12 is 588. Alright, we'll pick up the pace a little bit here. I have 12 times 25 equals blank 25s. We know it's going to be 12. Well, think to yourself, blank 25s plus blank 25s. I would say, some people may beg to differ. You can do whatever's easiest for you, but I would say 10 plus 2. That's the easiest way to break 12 apart. I know 10 times 25, and I know 22 times 25. And I can add those two together. So let's draw a tape diagram. Alright, so I'm not going to draw my 12 25s. I'm just going to put in my 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. It's 25, 25, 25. That's fine. First 3. This right here, this dot, 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 represents all of 4 all the way up to, let's say, 10, 11, and 12. So this represents 10, 11, and 12. 4 all the way up through 9, I didn't draw. I represented it by using my ellipsis and putting in the dot, dot, dot. So now I know, well, 1 times 25 is 25. Then I have my 25 times 10, because remember when we factor out 10, I guess we don't have to factor out 10 because it's a 10, but 25 times 10 is going to be, move over one place to the left on the place value chart, be equal to 250. Right? So 25 times 10 is 250. And then we have 2 times 25, 25 plus 25 would be equal to 10 ones. Regroups is 110, and I have 5 tens. So 250 plus 50 is going to be equal to 300. Hopefully you can see that without even doing the addition. But if you need to, write it out. 5 plus 5, or excuse me, 5 tens plus 5 tens is 10 tens, which is equal to 100. Then we have 200 plus 100 is equal to 300. Alright, picking up the pace here. Number 3. It says define the unit in word forms and complete the sequence of problems as done in the lesson. As was done in the lesson. So let's take a look at that here. So we have 29 times 12. So we know that that's going to be 29 12s. Alright? So it says blank 12s, or excuse me, 30 12s minus 112. 112. Alright, let's see. And now, it does have this room for us to draw the tape diagram, but it doesn't ask us to, so we're not going to. Now I have 30 times 12 minus 1 times 12. I know that 12 times 3 is equal to 36. And then I have 36 times 10 is equal to 360. Somebody said, how did I get that extra 0 there? Remember, whenever you have a 0, it's really saying times 10. So I have my 36 on my tape diagram, multiply it by 10, I get 360, or 36 tens. Alright, now I have minus 12. Let's do the math, standard algorithm. We don't need to, we do need to regroup here. So I have 0 ones minus 2 ones. Can't do that. Need to take one of my 10s and regroup it as 10 ones. Now I have 10 minus 2, 8, 5 tens minus 1 10 is 4, and 300 minus 0 is 300. So we have 348. And if you add inverse operation, opposite of subtraction is addition. If I add the 12 back, I can see that 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6, 3 plus 0. So I know that it checks out. All right, inverse operation to check my work. Now for the next one, I have 11 times 31 is equal to 31 what's? 31 11s. All right, so this is going to be 30 11s plus 1 11. So 30 11s, so is equal to 30 times 11 plus 1 times 11. I know 30 11s is equal to 3 times 11 is 33, times 10 is 330, and then 11 times 1, or 1 times 11 is 11. And add those together, I'm going to add 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1 10 plus 3 tens is 4 tens, and 3 hundreds. All right, didn't show you standard algorithm, but I will really quickly. 1 plus 0, 3 tens plus 1 10, and 3 hundreds. All right, let's move through this rather quickly. Now I have, did I already do this? Let's see, just double check this. I think I already did this. I might have had it twice. No, it's just same, it just comes up 11s again. Okay, so now we have 19 times 11 is equal to 19 11s. 19 11s. So then we have 20, which is equivalent to 20 11s minus 1 11. 19 11s is equal to 20 11s minus 1 11s. It's a lot easier to multiply by 20 than it is to multiply by 19. So we're going to multiply by 20 and then take away one set of 11s. So that's 20 11s minus 1 11. All right, let's go ahead and write that out. 20 times 11 minus 1 times 11. 20 times 11 is, well, we know that 2 times 11 is 22, and 22 times 10. All I'm doing is taking my 20 times 11 and factoring out my 2 times 10 for my 20 times 11. And I'm multiplying these two first to get my 22. Then I'm multiplying that by my 10. All right, so now I have 1 times 11. Then I'm going to do my subtraction. 220 minus 11. Can't subtract 0 minus 1. So I say, well, I'm going to take one of my 10s. Now I have 1 10 instead of 2. The 1 10 that I took, I'm going to rename as 10 tens, because remember, 1 10 is equal to 10 ones. All right, so I think I might have said that wrong. But 1 10 that I took from my 2 10s, I have 1 remaining. That 1 10 became 10 ones. 10 ones minus 1 1 is 9 ones. 1 10 minus 1 10 is 0 tens, and 200 minus 0 100 is 200. So now I have 209 for my final answer here. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So now I have 50 times 13 is equal to 13 50s. So I have 13 50s can be renamed as 10 50s plus 3 50s. So I have 10 times 50 plus 3 times 50. Well, 10 times 50 is going to be 500, and 3 times 50 is going to be 5 times 3, 15 times 10. All right, all I did was I factored out that 50, and I said, well, that's equal to this right here. I took my 15, and then I multiplied my 15 by 10 by moving it over in my place value chart. All right, so let's go ahead and add that up. 0 plus 0, ones, 0 ones. 5 tens plus 0 tens, it's 5 tens, and 100 plus 500 is 600. You need to see that on a standard algorithm. I'll show that here, right in the middle. We have 500 plus 150, 0, 5, and 6, 650. All right. I want you to try the next couple problems on your own, and let's see how we make out. If you have questions, bring them to school tomorrow so that we can fully address this and continue to learn. Everybody, please like and subscribe. If these videos are helping you, please let me know. It's kind of sad when I put in the time to make this video. It's a 20-minute video outside of school, but then I have and nobody watches the video, or 10 people may watch the video. I hope it's helping at least those 10 people, but I really want you to let your friends know. Did you watch the homework video? It's a way to improve your skills. You're getting more time in front of the problems, more practice. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much, boys and girls. Happy learning.